Hey there, John Gibson here, and I want to answer a question that I got from someone a little while ago. And I thought that this question was good enough that it would benefit everyone to hear my answer to this. Now, this woman she's been trying to lose weight for a while, and she's not in one of my coaching programs. She's kind of been doing like this little free thing that I offered some people a little while ago. And we did this Q&A session, and she asked this question. Okay, so I have been nearly perfect on my eating. I've been doing really well, following everything the way I wanted to, but I gained weight. Why would I gain weight? And especially I've been losing weight the previous few weeks, just eating this way and doing these things, but now all of a sudden I gained weight. Why would that happen? Why would I gain weight all of a sudden? Now, I want to share 4 reasons why you as women could potentially gain weight even though you're doing everything you need to. At least you feel you're doing everything you need to. And honestly, you could be doing everything you need to and still gain weight. And it's not because you're gaining fat. Now, I've said this before, and I'll kind of talk about this really quickly, but there's a difference between fat loss and weight loss. There's a difference between those two. Fat loss does not always equal weight loss, and weight loss does not always equal fat loss, okay? So I've mentioned that a lot before, and it's something I'll harp on forever because we have a disconnect with that understanding. We believe that if we lose weight, that it's coming from fat. And if we don't lose weight, that means we're not losing fat. When that's not the case. We could lose fat without losing any weight. Okay? So we need to make sure that we understand that there's a difference between fat loss and weight loss. So why would somebody not lose weight when they're doing everything they need to? Now again, you could be losing fat. And I use this analogy, and I've given this to several of my clients. I think it's helped them. Think about an egg for a second. You got this hard boiled or this egg sitting there, and it's a raw egg, but you want to cook it, you want to hard boil it. So you put it in the water and you start boiling it. If you sat there and stared at that egg and you said, okay, I need to see physical change before I know it's done, are you ever going to see the physical change? I've never tried boiling an egg longer than 10 minutes or something, so I don't know, if you did it for hours, maybe you would see a physical change. But there is change going on, right? Inside the egg, there is actual literal change happening. But we for our own bodies, we don't do that. We look at our own bodies, and even though we're doing the things to cause the physical change, if we can't see it, it's just like turning the water off and going, I'm not seeing any results, so forget it, throw it away. Throw the eggs out. They didn't change because we didn't see the change. But inside, we have enzymes, we have hormones, we have all sorts of things going on. When you start to eat right and you start to exercise, your body is now adjusting and changing those hormones to prepare you to basically lose the weight you want to lose. That's honestly what's going on with some of these things. So you may not see physical change in the beginning because your body is changing things on the inside before it actually starts to get out the outside. That could be one thing that's going on. Now, here's another big reason why a lot of women will gain weight when they're trying to lose weight. And it honestly has to do with your menstrual cycle. Because think about what happens here. Okay, now I've studied the menstrual cycle, obviously I haven't experienced it, so you have your own experience with that, and you know how your body, and honestly, if I think we got multiple women together talking about their experience with their menstrual cycle, most people would have different experiences. I know with my wife, I'll talk to her about what the textbook says, and she goes, I don't experience that. And we'll go and talk to someone else, and talk to some of my clients about their cycles, and they're like, well, I don't experience that. I don't experience the same thing your wife does either. Everyone experiences their cycle a little bit different. We have a general idea of what you should experience, but it's always a little bit different. But one thing we know that does happen, and you know this happens too, is water retention. Now, we tend to think about water retention as bad. When we retain water, we go, oh, it's so bad. I'm retaining water. I'm holding on to water. I'm feeling bloated. We always use negative terminology around that. What we don't realize is the reason why our body retains that water is because it needs that extra water. During that phase of your cycle, you need that water to be able to have things happen the way they need to happen. If you didn't, you'd have some serious problems. Okay, so this is a good thing that's happening. But realize your weight this week may go up next week because of your cycle. Not because of fat, not because you're not doing things you shouldn't, not because you're messing up on your program or you're doing all these bad things, just because your body is saying we need to hold on to a little bit more water to have processes happen that need to happen. Okay, so that's the first reason why someone may gain weight when they're doing everything they need to do to lose the weight. Now, a second reason could be salt. Now, one thing we know about salt in our body, so specifically sodium, not necessarily just salt, but sodium in particular. Sodium is a big way that our body determines where water goes in our body. If we need water to move from one area to another, one thing our body does is actually move sodium around. The way our kidneys work, If we want water to be held in our body, we pull more sodium in. If we want to get rid of water, we actually kick sodium out. That's honestly, and water follows sodium. It also follows a lot of other things. We'll get into that in just a minute. But sodium is one of the big ones. So, give you an example. I had someone I was working with several years ago, and she came to me one day, and she's just stressed out of her mind. She's like, I did great all week except for one meal last week on the weekend. I've gained 5 pounds. How can that happen? I said, well, what did you eat? And she told me what she ate, and we went and looked at the sodium content, and it was through the roof. It wasn't high in calories. It wasn't necessarily a bad meal. It just had a ton of sodium in it. And I said, well, that weight you gained was all water, because previous to that, she was limiting her salt a lot. And she had one meal with a lot of sodium, and that caused her body to hold on to more water. 2 days later, she lost 6 pounds. Okay, that's easy to fix. This, just decrease the amount of sodium you're intaking, and you'll lose weight. Now, is that weight fat? No. Is it going to help you fit into your pants a little better? Maybe, but not as much as you would think it would. Because when I tell people this, people tend to go, oh, salt's bad. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that realize that if you have salt, your body will hold on to a little bit of water. That's it. Okay? If you want to get rid of that little bit of water, decrease your salt intake a little bit. It's not bad. Okay? Now, next thing, carbohydrates. I'll just put carbs. Carbs also are a way that we can gain weight. Now, not in the way that you may think. A lot of people believe that carbs cause you to put on more fat, or carbs turn into fat. And the truth is, we don't convert very many carbs into fat. The majority of our carbs that we eat are used as fuel or stored as glycogen, carbohydrates, fuel storage, not as fat. So the weight that we gain with this actually has to do with water. Carbohydrates have a chemical structure that attracts water to it. So every pound of carbohydrates that you get rid of, or say grams, every gram of carbohydrate you get rid of, you'll get rid of 3 grams of water. There's always 3 grams, or 3 times the amount associated with carbohydrates. So if you eat more carbohydrates, then your body will store that as glycogen, which does not add to your fat stores, right? But if it does that, water will surround it. It's a good thing. We want it to happen. But just realize that if you've been eating a low carb diet and then all of a sudden you add some carbs in and your weight goes up, it's not because of fat. It's because you're now holding on to a little bit more water. That's it. That's it. Okay? Plain and simple. Now the last one I want to talk about is stress. And again, people have a misconception about how stress causes us to gain weight. In the long run, a lot of stress can cause you to put on a lot of fat. Not because of the stress itself, but because sometimes a lot of us are stress eaters. When we feel the stress, when that stress kind of subsides a little bit, we tend to gorge ourselves, or we eat a lot more than we normally would. And that's why we tend to gain more fat. But in the short-term thing, in like a week or a couple of days, you can gain weight because of stress. And part of that is because of cortisol. So cortisol is your stress hormone. As cortisol rises, it also causes you to retain water through several different processes, but it causes you to retain water. Same thing, just like this, just like this, just like this. All of these are causing you to retain water. Decrease the stress, certain hormones drop that now allow you to get rid of the water. Decrease the carbohydrates a little bit, not necessary, but you can. You will lose some weight with water. A lot of programs will put you on a low carb diet in the very beginning to get you really happy about your weight loss, because a lot of that weight loss is from water. Okay, it's not from fat, from water. Salt, same thing. Decrease your salt intake, you'll lose a lot of water. Now, I don't recommend adjusting your menstrual cycle, right? Menstrual cycle, you're going to retain water. Just realize that week to week, you may gain some weight because of water, and you may lose some weight because of water. Just realize that happens, okay? Just be okay with that. So, this is how our body may gain weight, or some of the ways our body may gain weight, even though we're eating in a way that we should be losing fat. And you still, even though you may gain some weight each week, you may actually still be losing some fat. So just realize those things. Because when we get on the scale and we only look at the scale weight, we're not going to see the progress all the time. But sometimes we see progress in our belly, or we lose some inches here and there. Actually, I'm going to go back to stress really quick. I want to share, I just totally remembered this. All right, so let me talk about the stress really quick. But there was actually a person that I worked with, and she came to me with a ton of stress in her life, and she wasn't losing any weight. And what we did is we actually decreased her stress. That week she lost 4 pounds. Did she lose 4 pounds of fat? Not at the level she was at. There's no way she lost 4 pounds of fat. She lost 4 pounds of water because of the lack of stress at that point. Okay? Now, again, I have people right now who get on the scale and they'll be upset because it's not moving. And they'll say, I'm not seeing any progress, but here's my measurements and I've lost inches everywhere, but I'm not losing any weight. It could be because of water. Maybe it's the stress of weight loss that they're retaining. Still, this is not a negative word. We use this in a negative way, but it's not a negative word. But they're retaining water when they are losing fat. Okay, so just realize that, and you'll do awesome. You'll be great. Okay, all right, this is John Gibson. Thanks for watching. Let me know what questions you have. Let me know other videos that I can create for you and how I can help you out. And I'll talk to you later. Thanks. Hey YouTube, thank you for watching this video. I hope you learned something from it. I hope you got a lot about it. Stuff that you can apply to yourself. Help you understand a few things better. I just barely finished recording, but you can see my little notes up there and there's my tripod I use to record that. I don't have my normal tripod I had, so I had to do it all on my phone. But here I am in my office, getting ready to do some work, get some things done today. But if you like this video, go ahead and share it, like it, do whatever you need to, and also subscribe to my channel. I'm gonna be sharing more and more information as the days go on, trying to help you lose weight, lose fat. So, and that little bell, you know, when you subscribe, there's a little bell on there. You click that bell and you'll get notifications when I share something. So if you wanna make sure you're one of the first people to see it and you always get the information that I'm trying to share with you, go ahead and click on that. Click that little bell. Now, also with that, I've got something for you, okay? I made something for you. I'm excited about this. All you need to do is go to this page. I don't know if the page will be on this video somewhere or if there'll be a link somewhere on this video, but it will at least be in the description below. Click on that link and it will take you to a Metabolism Myths web training where you can learn about metabolism myths. I try to share information that will help you succeed. And that Metabolism Myths web training has helped people. I've had people go to that training, watch it, and come out going, oh my goodness. Everything I have learned about metabolism was wrong, and not only wrong, but was holding me back. I believed I had a slow metabolism. I didn't realize that actually this part of my metabolism was the problem. And I can fix that. I can't fix a slow metabolism, but I can fix this. And they do it and they see results. So go ahead and click that link. Again, if it may be on this video, may not, I don't know, but somewhere in the description, whatever it is, click on that link and you'll go and get that access to that. So again, it's this web training. You can check out what a metabolism actually is. You have the ability to, I think, get a workout program. I can't remember everything I put with this now. Workout program, all this other stuff. So it kind of shows you what you need to do to be able to help your metabolism out. Okay, have a great day. I'll talk to you later.